Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Roggio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Welcome to the show, Speed Scene Live. That's right, it's Tuesday night, and just like all the voters in New York, grab your wiener and come on out and be part of the show. Of course, talking about the politician.
Oh, of course, right.
The soon-to-be Mayor Wiener.
Hey. What a time it is to be alive.
What a wild world we've got. You know, last weekend they had that big 10-5 race out in Woodburn Drag Strip, the West Coast 10.5 Drag Strip Championship. That was 10 grand, winner take all. Now, this was a free entry race, and we got some video from it just so you can see some of the cool cars. So check it out. Also, tonight we are going to talk to the NDRL. We are going to be talking to American Pie drag racer Dave Mullen about their latest event, the Blue Suede Cruise event.
I like that.
Yeah, and Mark Walters with Motor Mania TV will be weighing in. We've got Pete from Verona. He's got some great photography we're going to share with us, and we are going to highlight Pro Mod driver Joe Lapone. Plus, hey, how about that interview with Ed Arcuri from the Rocky Mountain Superchargers?
I know, man, and that was recorded live at Great Bend, Kansas, so that'll be coming up. Also tonight, ANRA, the ANRA Summer Nationals, August 23rd through the 25th at Bakersfield. Just getting you primed for it, man. Now, Bob Beck and the Great American Auto Scene will not be on tonight. Bob is gathering a whole bunch of great stuff. In fact, coming up in the next few weeks on Speed Scene Live, we'll keep you posted as air date approaches. The people from the Snake versus Mongoose movie are going to be here. Tom McEwen is going to be live in studio, so that's all coming up. Man, it's going to be a party.
That's cool. Tom McEwen, man, that's going to be awesome. You know, he's a legend, and he's been there, he's done that, and now there's going to be all this publicity because of the movie. That's a cool deal. Don't forget, every Wednesday night, Industry Hills Speedway. Go on down there and see Donnie Couch. And, hey, we want to remind viewers to send us some cell phone pictures of your car. Last week we showed some cool golf cart shots that people really dug. So send us some photos of your car, and if you've got a Speed Scene Life sticker on it, even better. We'd love to see that. That would be awesome. Awesome. You know, Bruce, I completely forgot that you were going to mention that Ed Arcuri Rocky Mountain Superchargers Day. I thought, we forgot to mention Ed Arcuri.
And lo and behold, there he is. So that's all coming up. And, you mentioned just a bit ago, Lucky, that Dave Mullen was on. I wish I could show you on the screen, but he's available on line one from the NDRL. So, man, it is a packed show tonight.
Well, let's get right to him then. And, wait, we got to watch these cars finish the run right here.
Okay.
You know, that would just be rude. You know, that's like cutting a band off in the middle of a song to sing Happy Birthday. This is cool action. It was up at Woodburn, 10-5 drag racing, alive and well on the West Coast, and they had a pretty good turnout. And of course, it was done in conjunction with the another big race where they did bracket racing and all kinds of cool stuff. But a crowd favorite right here, 10-5 racing on the West Coast.
Man,
nice. Well, let's go to the phones and welcome Dave. Dave, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, hi guys. How you doing out there?
We are doing good. How you feeling? A little bit better now?
Yeah, a little bit better. I had a bug. Can't believe my wife, Donna, was able to function all weekend long at Norwalk. She overcame this thing and did a heck of a job with my grandsons as my crew.
Well, you know, women are tougher than men.
Oh, man,
that's right.
She's tough. She's tough.
I'll say it. I'll be the one that's come out and say it. Now, you were racing out at... tell us a little bit about the last NDRL Nostalgia Drag Racing League event you had.
We had a great time out there at Summit Motorsports Park. Bill Bader holds an event called the Blue Suede Cruise, and this year, as a part of that, we had an NDRL IAM championship series race out there, and it was sponsored by Briggs & Stratton. It was called the Briggs & Stratton Summer Jam, and it was a heck of an event. It's probably one of the neatest events I've ever been to, and that's including the reunions. Bill Bader Jr. knows how to put an event on.
Now, tell that story about when you guys were in waiting because they were cleaning up a little bit of oil down. What did the Baders do?
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a wreck in the first round of eliminations. A good friend of ours had a little accident out there, wrecked her car. But it was hot, real hot. And it was about a 30-minute wait in staging. I see a young fella come around with a big platter of fresh-cut watermelon from up in the tower, and all the racers were partaking in it. It was really well-deserved, let me tell you. It was hot, and it was the first time in my life I've ever seen a track respect the racers like that. This guy pulled out all the stops to make that a really pleasant event for everybody.
That's incredible, isn't it? I mean, what a classy touch. Nobody else would think about that, but the Bader family goes that extra distance, and every time I go to that track, I'm so impressed.
I was just overwhelmed at what a great event he put on. Between the barbecue for 1,700 hot rodders that were pre-registered, all the racers participated. He had J&E Americans live. He had a fireworks display. It was unbelievable. Smoky burnout contest and flame throwing contest. He really put a great show on, and everything was structured so that it was right there at the event for everybody to enjoy. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you know, I noticed when I raced with you guys at Bowling Green, you have your own race director and you have your own people, and you guys keep your part of the show moving very smoothly.
Oh, yeah, that's critical. We want that show to be great for the fans, the track. We want as little track cleanup as possible, little as downtime as possible. Keep it moving and have a great show for the fans. That's the most important thing. This was the biggest event we've ever had. We had 74 cars total in the NDRL portion of the event. There were 200 race cars there.
Wow.
And it was just outstanding. I think we had 31 cars in gas alone. And it was a heck of a weekend. Weather-wise, it was the adjusted air was 4,100 feet, so it was tough qualifying on Friday and Saturday, but we had a little rain, and then Sunday came around, and the skies were beautiful, and it was a heck of a nice race.
Now, you did pretty well yourself in that American Pie gasser.
I did. I went 5 rounds, and my buddy Sam Patrick beat me in the final. Well, I beat myself. I red lit against him. But it came down to me and Sam and 237 Chevy Coupes on the line in the Pro Gas final. How about that? For nostalgia.
That's nice, man. That's nice.
Cool. We had from the top down. The winner of 7-0 was Rocket Man Robbie Friels, and his Canode altered. He's a perennial winner, and him and his dad Pat's got that beautiful red and white 67 goat that runs in 750. And 750 class saw Wayne Sears take the top seed there, and he took low qualifier, the whole deal, and won the race. And looking at 7-0, in the end of the day, like I said, it was Robbie Friels. 750 was Sears over Dave Waters with that beautiful red Willie she just showed there. Pro Comp was a great race. Don Nave came back from a pretty horrific accident a year or so ago, and he came back with his little sleigh ride, that bright red front-engine dragster that he runs, and he did a heck of a nice job winning that one. It was really good to see him in the winner's circle again. So we were really happy to see that.
Now, we talking about the 7-0 Pro class, but one of the things that kind of set you guys apart, hey, here's the car that beat me at Bowling Green right here. Yeah, he ran a 850 index, and he ran 8502.
Oh, I know, man. It's tough.
He's good.
I thought I had a shot against Sam because in the previous round I ran 5 thousandths under, but my fellow competitor ran 13 under, so I beat him.
Jeez, man! Now
breakout. So I threw an extra gallon of gas in it to slow it down. That 5 thousandths, you know.
Yeah, put a little weight in it, you know.
But then I red lit, so what the heck? I just gave it to him.
You know, you should have ate a couple extra of those American Pie cookies to get a little extra ballast.
Actually, I've been cutting back on those. I lost a few pounds myself, so I got to add a little bit of car now.
Yeah. See, you're losing weight now. Oh, now we got your car on screen right now.
Look at that.
The white gasser in the left lane. But I want to mention that one of the cool things that you guys do that I really like is, in addition to 7.0 Pro, you have 750 for the cars, and that's a cool class because it's all the excitement, but it's just a little bit different flavor.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, the cars are darn near as fast, obviously half a second off, but they're damn near running 180, 192 in 750 Pro. And you got some really great competition between all the front-engine dragsters, the Altereds, and there's Susie taking off there. Yeah, Susie, unfortunately, she wrecked her car in the first round of eliminations. That was what we were waiting for.
Oh, that was the car, huh?
Yeah, that was the car that got wrecked. Her and Roger Campbell are great friends of everybody. I mean, everybody loves those guys. And for some reason, the car launched left. She tried correcting in the first round of eliminations. You try to stay in it, and came over, hit the wall on the right. Then it came over and hit the wall on the left. So they got some fixing up to do. A couple folks hurt motors too over the weekend, but
how did the SS3 race team do in 7.0 Pro?
They went pretty far, but they hurt a motor too. So it's they had some bad luck this weekend. Let me see if I take a look here. Steve was he was in the semifinals with Mark Vaught. So and Mark went on to go into the finals against Robbie.
I think he just put a fresh bullet in that car right before Bowling Green.
Yeah, he did. The best I understand, the rod bolts could have been torqued a little differently from the specs on the manufacturer, and that may be what happened on the rods. So he's contacting our good friends at Competition Products up there in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, one of our fine sponsors for the NDRL, and he's getting some new parts as we speak.
Nice. Hey, speaking of sponsors, you mentioned Briggs & Stratton, and a lot of racers use Briggs & Stratton, whether it's a generator or a lawnmower or all over the place. Briggs & Stratton is the standard for small motors, but mention some of your other sponsors.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'd be happy to. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers is our series sponsor. Quick Fuel Technology has been on board. Steel Rubber Products, Hotheads Research, Alki Digger Fuel Injection, Sexton Wilbur Corporation, Nick Arias Jr. Racing Components out where you guys are.
Yeah, and I noticed...
Products and Howard's Cams, of course. Saldana Racing Products, they make some great aluminum components for your radiators and such down there in Brownsburg, Indiana. Freedom Racing Engines down there in Brownsburg and Nitro Alley there. Breaking the Law Landscaping, Deshawn Transmission, Wood River Auto Parts, Shorty Raider Racing, Vintage Racing Supply, and DJ Safety, all fine NDRL sponsors.
I noticed that...
of course, Briggs & Stratton was the title sponsor of that last race.
Of course. I noticed that Nick Arias Jr. is promoting a Hemi-headed big block Chevy motor.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got a couple really cool motors. I think they have a Hemi head LS motor too, which is just way out there. I've got a set of Arias pistons in my motor now, and man, they work fabulous. I got some Dykes rings on it, and they seal great. They work great. It's the best combination I've ever had. The car's in the 840s now at 161. You may notice I got a little spoiler on the deck lid in that last shot you showed there.
Yeah, that helps a lot, huh?
Yeah, helped out a lot.
Now, we mentioned the cookies in passing, but I got to bring that up because I know your wife is well known for excellent cookies, and I think at Bowling Green she took them up into the tower and almost caused a riot.
Yeah, I know, and I've been promising to get you some, but she was under the weather. She was really sick for a long time, and
I'd rather
send you some cookies that got some sick on them.
Yeah, no, hang on to them. I'd rather enjoy them in person anyway.
There you go, my friend.
I don't want all that United States Postal Service germs all over.
Well, you never know what you can get there too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it might cross through some Radical, and they might have some ricin sprinkled on it or something.
Yeah, well, these cookies are 100% homebrewed American, right out of the kitchen, man. She does a great job on them. She works hard.
Well, she's very well known for those, and that's a nice touch that kind of brings a little bit of home out to the drag strip.
Absolutely, it sure does. It's one of the things that our whole organization is about, getting folks together. It's almost like a huge family that we've got. There will be a time this season when we have a a potluck dinner, and there'll be hundreds of people that come to it and bring dishes from home, and we'll have a huge pit party on a Saturday night, probably the finals this year down in Bowling Green.
Now, what's your next event?
Edgewater. We're going to go to Cleves, Ohio, August 23rd and 24th. It's a Friday, Saturday night event, qualifying Friday night and Saturday morning, and then we'll go into the eliminations in the afternoon. And that should prove to be a really, really critical race for a number of racers who are in the points hunt, myself included. So I got to do well there.
You're hoping to maybe go a few rounds and move up the ladder a little bit.
Oh, yeah. St. Patrick's on top of gas, and I got to catch him. He's about 20 points ahead of me, so if I can work real hard and be in the finals with him again, you never know what could happen at the end of the season.
Okay, so is he number one in points?
He certainly is right now. He's number one in points.
Does that mean this car we're looking at the screen right now is number 2 in points?
Number 3, right behind... oh, golly, I should know who's... Eldon Miller. Yeah, Eldon Miller won the first race. He's got a 33 Black Widow Willys is the name of it. And Sam's got 62 points, Eldon's got 42, and I got 41. So
now,
there could be a catch-up coming here.
Is this the final we're watching right now?
No, this was actually a round of qualifying that Sam and I, just by chance, ended up going into. The final is ugly because Sam left me in his dirt. After I red lit, I just got off it and I coasted, you know.
Okay.
But,
ooh, look at that.
Too, in the final.
Ooh, wheels up high.
That's fun.
Yeah, oh, that's a good time right there. That's a good time.
Yeah, that's a good time right there.
Oh, you're a little hot on that run. You needed a few more cookies to take that.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And that was in the heat. That was 4,100 feet of adjusted air.
You are running good.
Yeah, I had to throw some retard in it, and I got it down to the 860s, and then in the final, it was all over the place. But, you know, a little luck and a lot of hard work, you know how that gets you there, buddy.
Oh, you know what? If it wasn't for luck, I wouldn't be anywhere. So
I'm telling you.
And I find out the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's Mike Sexton that you're looking at right now. That is one heck of a nice ride right there. And he's one of the sponsors. And Mark Vaught in the right lane. Mark was in the finals. And Mike's had a good season in the past, but he didn't end up in the finals with Mark this year.
Well, you guys,
this race, I should say.
You guys are doing a great job, and you know, I noticed that the racers, you got a great bunch of racers. They all run your flyers, your banners.
Oh yeah.
And you guys got a ton of support. So why don't you give us a call after your Edgewater race, and let's talk about who the winners are, and let's see if you moved up in points at that event.
Cross my fingers, man.
Yep. Hey, Dave, thanks so much for calling in. And the Nostalgia Drag Racing League, the NDRL, great organization. We appreciate you giving us an update.
Thanks, amigo. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bruce, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I think that we're going to find out a little bit about a track down here in Southern California called Barona. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Speed Scene Live.
Get ready for it to get loud and the earth to rumble at the Yellowstone Drag Strip this Saturday for the first ever appearance of the famous Rocky Mountain Superchargers. Bring the whole family for the booming thunder of superchargers, the air-splitting crack of nitromethane, Roma, Funky Kong, Dragster, and wheel-standing door slammers racing wheel to wheel. It's gonna rumble this Saturday, August 3rd at the Yellowstone Drag Strip, 8405 Raceway Lane in Acton. Be there.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com.
It's Brett Wagner, the Big Schwag, host of Pastime Monster Garage. They say they got fast cars in Virginia. Well, come prove it. August 17th, where? Colonial Beach Dragway. The Virginia Street Outlaws will be looking for the 10 fastest street cars in Virginia. Is that you? No track prep, no tire prep, tags and insurance, Virginia license and lights required. Everything else go. Everything else goes. We'll make it up on the 18th if we get a rainy day. Gates open at 8 a.m., first pass at 9 a.m., $25 it costs to enter, $15 for a spectator. It's a no-time race, folks. I'm the Big Schwag. You better be there.
I'm Barry White from Barry Speed Shop. When I'm not building hot rods and muscle cars, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFote.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. And if we prefer, welcome back to the show. I gotta center this properly.
Yeah, what happened? The room moved a little bit.
That's just too scary. I'm Bruce Barker. There's Lucky Hudson.
I'm not Bruce Barker.
Yeah, and as you might have surmised, a whole bunch of people on assignment tonight. Bob Beck with the Great American Auto Scene. He's going to be back next week. Dynamite out on assignment tonight. And Bryant Layton's whipping up some dirt for another Speed Scene Live show coming up. So, hey, here we are, man.
Here we are, and there you go. But, you know, we just got done talking about the Norwalk Racetrack, the most beautiful drag strip in the world. The next drag strip on the list, Barona drag strip, and we've got the official track photographer. We've got Pete Liebig. Pete, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, thank you, Lucky. Glad to talk to you again.
It's our pleasure. Did I pronounce your name right?
You got it.
Awesome,
You got it.
awesome.
It's a great political name.
Liebig. Yeah, congratulations, by the way. Hey, you have been the track photographer down at Barona for a while, and you got some great shots, and I tell everybody around, you know, Barona is really the best track in the Southern California area right now.
Well, we sure enjoy it down here. We're getting a lot of people coming in now. Just finished off last 6 weeks here. We've had three really good races down here. Had the Rat Rod was here this last weekend. Came in. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the website or not, but
are you talking about LiebigPhotography.com?
Yeah, Pete Liebig Photography.
Okay, I have.
Rat Rods come in this weekend, and with some also some real fast test and tunes that came in, getting ready. We're going to have a big race come up here on August 24th called Match Race Madness, along with the Nostalgia race coming in. And so we're getting a lot of guys winding up for that particular race, which is going to be one heck of a race. It's going to be a bunch of, right now I think we have close to 15 pairs of cars coming in. It's all heads up racing, best out of three, and just having a lot of fun getting ready for it.
Well, there's a lot of hype for that race. We had the Shermanator on here talking about his car. Of course, the lots of other guys getting ready to go. Ernie the Attorney's going to be down there racing. A lot of people are talking about your track and that race, so I hope it's going to be a big one for you. Now,
we're looking forward to it.
You sent us some great shots. Bruce has got a great shot right here. Beautiful photography, but it looks like maybe some sort of artistic rendering. What's the story here?
Well, most of those were night shots and also shooting sunsets that I did on it. And yeah, there is some rendering I did to those particular photos there. and it's just a technique that I've developed, and I get a lot of good response from it.
So I guess it wouldn't do us any good to ask, the plug-in chain in Photoshop must take forever to do something this good, because they look beautiful, Pete.
Well, thank you. Again, part of it's it is through Photoshop, and it's just I've been working with Photoshop now for about 8-9 years, so I've got some some techniques that I've developed.
Starting to get the hang of it now.
Yeah. Well, no, you'll never get the hang of Photoshop.
Hey, Bruce, go back to the red Corvette, and this is Woody's Corvette, and a great guy, a great ambassador for the track and drag racing in general, and I love watching this Corvette go. It's old school. I know he's upgraded it over the last few years, but when he first got it, boy, it was old school technology.
Yeah, and really a lot of it still is. He just comes down and he puts on a great show. The blue car also. These guys are here almost every time we have a race, and they really put on a good show for our spectators.
Man, I'm noticing both these vehicles have up-to-date California license plates. I can't imagine street driving some of this stuff, though. I've never seen them being street driven. Who knows?
Well, it depends what kind of street.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, a lot of guys have cars. They drive down to the Sonic or the In-N-Out and and get back before it overheats.
Yeah, well, we're in Southern California too, and how that is with racers and racetracks.
That's right. It's there is a shortage. The people back east, the Midwest, they have no idea. They have beautiful tracks like Norwalk, Bowling Green, National Trails, all these great facilities, and out here we're hurting. But Barona's a great track. I've raced there many times. That track hooks, and a fantastic place to go race in, and it's a sort of a beautiful wilderness park-like setting.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it too, if you bring, if you're coming in with a motorhome or with a trailer, they let you stay there for free. There, camp overnight, and so the drivers can sit there and relax. They don't have to find a place to go, find a hotel or a RV park to park.
And another thing that's really cool about that track, and a lot of racers don't take advantage of it, is that casino is 5 minutes or 3 miles down the road. I mean, it's just down the road a little bit. And I went there one weekend and stayed at the casino and ate at that buffet, and it is a great place. And, a lot of racers, their wives, you know what, they've been to a lot of racing. They've had enough of racing. Go to the races, let the wife drive down to the casino and spend the day down there, and everybody wins. Yeah,
it's one of the nicest casinos in Southern California. So they give us an extra, like I said, after a full day of racing, it's kind of nice to go down there and have a nice meal.
Yeah, and really great food, and great buffet, Sunday buffet.
Now, see, here on the West Coast, Speed Scene Live airs right at dinner time, and we start talking about Barona and the local casino. I'm just going, man, every time I get hungry talking about Barona.
Hey, Pete, I got a question for you. I'm on thefot.com, and I'm talking to people on there. By the way, my favorite photographer, Catherine Rao, told me to tell you hello for her.
Catherine, I was just spent half a day with her son down there at Barona. He was down there. In fact, racing down there this last weekend.
I think he took a win, didn't he?
He came in on the finals. I think he red-lighted,
runner-up.
The last race on it.
Now, but one of the questions I have here on the Crew Updater is they want to know how long does it take for you to do one of those images with the Photoshop? How much time's involved?
It'll take me, if I can really work on it really good, it'll take me probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I've got it down pretty good.
Well, Pete, I know you got this big match race coming up. What are some of the other upcoming events?
Okay, and on the 9th, we've got the juniors coming in. We're going to be doing them on August 9th and 10th. Correction, we got a test and tune on the 9th, and the juniors coming in on the 10th and 11th. And then, like I say, the next big race coming in is going to be the 24th of August, which is going to be that night of the nostalgia and the match race madness. That's also going to be the Fox Scent night, so we're going to have a lot of pretty girls walking around.
Ooh, nice.
No, hopefully not you.
Hopefully, no, I'll be taking the pictures.
Oh, okay, good.
Jeez.
Yeah, working on that. And then, later on this year, we've got Super Streets coming in. Also, in October, we'll be doing the Antique Drags again, which is always a fun drag race to go to if you want to see some great old cars.
Nice. And if racers come down to the event and see you at the event, can they buy pictures from you right there?
Yes, we're set up to do right on-site pictures. We can go anywhere from 5x7s all the way up to 13x19 size on site, and then we can go to wall size if you want us to do one for you.
Jeez.
Do some of our vendors.
You can do my garage door?
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Awesome. I can keep that in mind, Make it look like the door's open with the car parked in it.
There you go, like those U-Haul trucks.
Yeah.
Where it looks like you're looking inside.
Chips Ahoy cookies have the back door to where it looks like there's just one bag of cookies in there.
Yeah, it's really kind of, like I said, I just kind of fell into this here about 10 years ago, and it's progressed. I've, got pictures. We've sent pictures all over the world now. I just took I guess it's been about a year ago now. In fact, I did the center cover for the Hot Rod magazine for New Zealand.
Dang.
And,
nice.
They had one of their guys came up here and raced, and did that. And then, like I said, a lot of the shots get picked up from different organizations and magazines and stuff like that they they'll put into for filler, throughout California. So I have a lot of fun doing that.
Well, I love the fact that Barona, besides being a great place to race, it does juniors, nostalgia, super street, match racing. I mean, heads up, bracket. It does it all, and that's what I like about that track.
Yeah, we even had dealers up there. We just lost the Witch Doctor. I guess I don't know if you heard about him when he crashed up there at Bakersfield here about a month ago.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, he's coming back. I guess he races, does a lot of his test and tune up at Barona, and I guess when he lost it the other day, or I guess it's been about a month ago now, hit the sand going about 230 miles an hour.
Whew, boy,
that hurts. That hurts. Well, Pete, thanks so much for calling in. We enjoyed talking with you. You can, if people would like to see some more of his work, go to PeteLiebigPhotography.com. Go to the Barona website. Is there a link on the Barona website for you, Pete?
Yes, there is. Let's go to photos on the Barona website and takes us right directly to mine.
Nice. And, of course, look for him at the track. And if you're down there racing, stop on by, pick up a nice photo. And you know what? It's always nice to have somebody there taking great pictures of your car.
Yeah. One other thing, too, if any of the racers want if they got somebody they're challenging and they want to have pictures of them coming off the line together, I do a really good shot on doing those kind of shots.
Okay.
Just come up and ask me, and I'll make sure I get it set up for them.
Match race photography.
That's right.
Nice. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for calling in. We'll talk to you later.
Take care, you guys.
All right. Thanks. Bruce, let's take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Mark Walter, Motor Mania TV. And, man, this guy is everywhere that's anywhere.
Hi, I'm Chad Head, and you're watching Speed Seed Live.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's MANDH Tires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, MNHTires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT, M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFote.com.
Welcome back to the show, Speed Scene Live. My name is Lucky. That's Bruce Barker. Dynamite, Bryant Layton, and Hot Rod Bob Beck keep texting me photos of them drinking margaritas somewhere, so I'm not really sure what they're doing. But
And probably Alex Rogio's at the track in Vegas. So.
Probably. But now Alex will be live in studio next week, so come back and join her right here. Alex will be live on camera. Hey, check out this month's issue of Drag Illustrated magazine. And, of course, every month you can check out my Curry Sportsman Spotlight article. And for everybody on the West Coast, I want to apologize for the content in this article. Ahead of time, I talk about how great it is to race back east and in the Midwest, and I've had a few racers out here say, dude, that ain't cool. But you know what? Go back there and race, and you'll agree with me. So read the article. Check it out. You can even go and read it online. Drag Illustrated magazine. And look at this beautiful, beautiful magazine. Man, this is nice. If you've thought about subscribing, go for it.
How about that? Yeah, glossy pages and everything, not the cheap rags.
Oh, no, it's all good stuff and thick.
It's like a meal.
Yeah.
A meal for the eyes.
Hey, talking about eyes, you know what? We've got Mark Walters on the phone. Mark, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Thanks for calling, or let me call in this evening.
You know, it's our pleasure, and of course, my first question to you always has to be, where are you parked right now?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, we are actually home.
Whoa!
We're home for a couple of weeks. We just got in from Maryland International Raceway. We're up there for race 5 of the Extreme Drag Racing League, and at Royce Miller's just pristine facility. And looking forward to a couple of weeks at home, and then we're off to the Mini Million at Piedmont. And then the whirlwind starts for Yellow Bullet, and right on through about the first week of November. We are pretty busy.
Nice. I think that's the first time you ever told me you were at home.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is. I think the last time we talked, I was in an RV park in Arkansas.
That's right.
So.
That's right. And for some reason, when you call in and tell me you're out on the road somewhere, I'm like, oh, dang, that sounds like fun. But maybe that's just me.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Might as well be me. But, we love what we do, and you know that. So.
Oh, yeah. And you're good at it. You're the best, man, when it comes to doing these events. Where were you last weekend?
We were at MIR, Maryland International Raceway, with the XTRL. Their race 5, Mayhem at the Creek, and had some rain on Saturday, and so we had to push eliminations into Sunday. But it was a great race. The crew, both the XTRL and the MIR crew, worked together. They were out until somewhere around 1 o'clock Sunday morning trying to get the track ready, and then got back up and got after it, I think, about 5 Sunday morning, and got everything going. And
wow,
they were setting records. Okay, that tells you something about track prep and what those guys know how to do. And Frankie Taylor ran a 360 with a 4, I think, to set the record at in Pro Extreme. So, great folks, great facility, and had a great crowd. Even though there was threatening weather, had several thousand folks come in to see this deal, and lots of good times. Had a good time.
Now, the XDRL is kind of the new kid on the block and sort of running a similar format to the ADRL, the American Drag Racing League. And, I've heard different opinions. I've heard some racers say there's too many races now. We can't afford to compete at them all. And I thought, dang, I wish I had that problem. But
well, I think one of the things that as these two leagues evolve, of course, Kenny Nelling is back at the helm of the ADRL, and we've known the Nellings for several years, and we're hoping to get to one of their races, but it just does not seem to be lining up to go over and hang out and see friends, and especially friends of ours in the Pro Extreme motorcycle class that we don't get to see with the XDRL. But I really believe that as these two leagues evolve, and they're going to kind of get their own footing. A lot of people are drawing comparisons between the IHRA and the NHRA back in the day. And, of course, the IHRA went in a different direction from the NHRA. And, the IHRA now, even as it's been, bought again by more of a racing enthusiast type of group, they are morphing into a great sportsman type of program. They're bringing back, they're going to have Mountain Motor Pro Stocks up in Michigan here in a couple of weeks, and they're really their own entity out there. Of course, there was the AHRA, and unfortunately they went away. But I just kind of see like these two groups are going to kind of morph into their own thing.
They'll kind of shake it out one way or the other, and one will be stronger in one area than the other.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and I think that's a very good possibility as far as they're going to end up being their own unique type of organization with their own style of cars, and there's going to be some crossover. I mean, there was for years, years and years with NHRA and IHRA.
Sure,
And so I expect to see that. And there's a lot of places to run pro mods these days, too.
That is good. And, I'm a door car guy. I love the door car racing, but I do like to see the fast dragsters mixed in there. And, I like to see the door car guys, the pro mod guys being treated like the kings. And, with the drag radial stuff mixed in and the 10.5 tire stuff. And even though I know there's a little bickering about the rules here and there, to me, that's all just sort of minutia that should be set aside. The fact is, you've got a format where you can race a car like this, be treated like a pro, and have a pro venue.
Oh, and that's one of the things that the guys at the XDRL, and I know that over the ADRL are doing as well, and it's that Dave O'Donnell and Jim Halsey put together probably the best set of 10.5 rules out there up at Cecil County Dragway in Maryland, and they have adopted those in both organizations. I'm not quite sure of all the nuances in the ADRL, but the XDRL is pretty much by the letter. And that the parity that has been brought to that class through those rules, very similar to what John Sears did with X275, where it doesn't matter whether it's nitrous, a blown, a turbo, they're all on an equal footing, and everybody's they're going to have to tune to the conditions, tune to the track, know their combination, know what adjustments they need to make to where they can get down the track and win. And Mohall did that in 10.5 nitrous car. 4:16 with a 2 qualified, ran a 4:17 in the final, and you just cannot speak anymore to the parity in that particular class than the nitrous guys, because for years it appeared that they were just going to be left in the weeds, and they regrouped and they worked a little bit harder, and the rules makers went back and they looked at the rules a lot harder, and they said, okay, we got to have parity so that nobody's running away with it, because nobody likes that. They want to see competition. They want to see good racing. So.
Right, and they came back with a vengeance, and they're very competitive. And I think it's great to know that a guy in California or a guy in Maryland can build a car and know that it can compete in both of those venues and be competitive.
Absolutely, and that was the key to bringing on 10.5, and that class is going to grow. The guys that ran this weekend, Mike Martin had a huge wreck at Yellow Bullet Nationals last year with his orange and white car. He's still got some primer on it here and there, but he broke a wheelie bar, and the car literally flipped over right in front of us. I mean, right in front of our cameras, and it was a scary deal. And but he walked away, and they were able to put the car back together. It was very competitive as well. He hurt something in the first round. He had a bye, and he went out there. His burnout wasn't quite right, and he launched, and he hiked the front wheels up pretty high, and the car ran, I don't know, 430 or something like that, if I recall, and it's like, okay, and he never made it to the second round. So we're not sure what happened there, but we see a lot of good things coming with that class, and they're going to be at every event for the rest of the year, and of course into 2015. Blue 04 is probably the single biggest news, out of the XDRL, with a non-traditional sponsor coming in, almost like Coca-Cola and Mellow Yellow with NHRA, where they're marketing something that would normally be marketed in another sport. And I was on another show this evening, and Dr. Dave, who is the president of Blue 04, the guy is so enthusiastic about what's going on and the involvement with drag racing. And, that's huge for us. As we all know, sponsors and advertisers are tough things to come by these days. And we're to have someone that's non-traditional, that is, they're committed, they've signed up for a couple of years, and they're doing other things well outside the box. I think that this could be the beginning of a new evolution of advertising and sponsorship in our sport, and I'm very excited about it. It's something new and fresh, and I'm very enthusiastic about where this can go.
Well, and, drag racing has always been a great venue for promotion and marketing, but now with social media and guys like you that are out there streaming and televising this stuff to millions of people with computers, it's even more efficient as a way to market a product or service.
Oh, absolutely. And the software, as you guys know, that has the sophistication and what we can do just with a small team of 3 people like ourselves, and the visibility we can get. This past weekend, as an example, we had 33,000 views of the video from Friday. Of course, we ended up, into Sunday, and people keep watching because, as you guys are showing, the video is right there. It's it's available almost instantly with this new platform with live stream. And so people watch it. They'll watch it at night. They'll watch it, through Monday. And so 33,000 views of that particular race. And we know that when we go to Yellow Bull, it'll be even that much more. When you're doing a new race or a new series, it's not as well established. It hasn't quite got its fan base yet. That build with this particular group. We see it with the brackets. I mean, we do the spring fling, and we saw between the pictures, the results, and the live video and the recorded video, almost 250,000 page views. That's significant.
Yeah,
that is significant.
That is good. Now, where are you going to be next after your slight hiatus at home?
We are going to be at Piedmont for the Mini Million. That is going to be, I got my calendar right here in front of me. the 15th through the 18th of August, and this is a new thing that Randy Folk is doing this year. It's the 320s, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday they're all $20,000 days to win, guaranteed purse, and then Sunday or Saturday is the Mini Million, guaranteed $50,000. And depending on the car count, I think it can go as high as $500,000 if they got enough cars.
Wow!
If I recall, oh yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So yeah, if they got like somewhere between 550 and 600 cars, it would pay $500,000. So one of these days it's going to happen. The thing that's kind of cool about this deal is that Sean Langdon, as well as Dave Connolly and a few others, now they won't be at this particular race, but they normally run the Million, which will be in October at Montgomery Motorsports Park. And those guys, there'll be some Coughlins there, and I mean, it really brings the stars out of this business, of the sport, because they come and run there. So, but yeah, and then on the Yellow Bullet after that, and then September is just Katie Bar the Door, Great American Bracket Race, and XDRL, and then either the Ducks race or we're going to Texas to do a diesel race, and we're not sure yet. We're trying to get that all figured out, and then October is Slam. So yeah, we're lots of good things going on.
That's amazing to put Yellow Bullet Nationals and the Ducks race in the same paragraph. I hope it won't cause any controversy there.
Oh, no, not at all. No, that's okay. I've already had my head handed to me a couple of times in the last couple of days. So, oh, my goodness. You know how that is.
I do, and I'm a huge supporter of both the events. And I raced at the Yellow Bullet Nationals, had a great time out there at Cecil County, and would love to do it again soon. It'd be nice if I could pull it off this year, but sometimes, it's all about how much diesel it costs to travel more than anything else. And you know how that is.
Oh, yes, I understand. Absolutely.
But
watch that market closely.
Yep. So, you know what? Great races, and I'm so happy that you're at these events, Mark, because I know that I can go on your site, Motor Mania TV. I can watch the race, and it's like I'm there, and your coverage is fantastic. Multiple cameras, great angles, and you always seem to be able to, have a good connection for streaming.
Well, we do everything through satellite. We have an onboard Motosat data storm XS3. It's just a fancy name for a lot of money. We got a good deal on it, and we actually upgraded over the winter, which gave us the ability to have better bandwidth, and so we spent a little more money to do that, and we believe that has paid off in our viewership and in the quality of our program. So
I think it has, because some of these other companies that do live streams through the local track or through their phone cards, there's a lot of buffering. Sometimes it goes down. You don't know when, it's down. Do I come back and check? Do I come back in an hour? Do I come back in 2 hours? And a lot of times, I'll be watching something, and if it goes down more than once or twice, I'm done. I'm going to go do something else.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the things that we try. We try our best to make sure, and that's why we do the satellite. I mean, there are some different options out there. Some of the tracks have decent, internet, but this way we can contain it all. We deal directly with the satellite provider in Utah. If we have a problem, I can pick the phone up and I'm talking to the technicians, as quickly as they can pick up on the other end, and getting whatever fixed, whatever we need to be fixed. We have some backups with some cell service and stuff, but we don't want to rely on that, because we just believe that the best way to do this is through the satellite, and it's the cleanest, simplest. You don't share the bandwidth, and it just seems to work. So.
Well, good. Well, Mark, it's great hearing from you. Hey, call in, after your next race. We'd love to hear about the Mini Million. We'd love to hear anywhere you are. You let us know, because you know what? You're the man, and I love watching your stuff. You got great video. I try to shoot stuff like this, and you know what? My stuff sucks in comparison. So I appreciate your work.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. And I'll holler at you in a couple of weeks.
Sounds great. Talk to you later, Mark.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bye-bye.
Now, that at MotorManiaTV.com, you can watch all this stuff, and it's archived there too, right, Bruce?
Yeah, that's true. In fact, you can, it's linked there. There's also a Motormania TV live stream account where you can, go grab some of the archive footage as well. So it's all over the place, and it's great stuff. In fact, what we were just watching was as was seen live at that Maryland event, the XDRL event. So, that's what you would see when you tune in.
And you notice how smooth that stuff is, and how it's not grainy. I mean, the quality's high, and he's got multiple cameras set up down track, and he hardwires everything, so he's got fast connections. It's really good stuff. So,
and what you didn't hear, of course, is there's actual commentary going on as well, and sometimes you'll see overlays as to, times as cars finish their runs. You get some of that, so it's a pro outfit.
That's right. Well, Bruce, I got this great stuff. I got, Joe Lapone working in the pits. I got Joe Lapone in the winner's circle, winning the final round. We got a great interview with Ed Arcuri from Rocky Mountain Superchargers.
What to do?
We got 4 minutes left.
I know.
But, this weekend is the next Rocky Mountain Superchargers race, so I think we should let Ed tell us a little bit about that association. Talking to the Rocky Mountain Superchargers out here at the Speed Scene Live Nationals. Ed Arcuri, you are the godfather of the blown big boys out here at Great Bend.
Well, I'm the guy that gets the blame if it doesn't work right, so I work pretty hard at it, and I'm fortunate to have a great bunch of racers. They get along well, they work with each other, they put on a good show for the fans, and that's our goal. Our goal is to build a fan base. We're not trying to be the fastest cars in the world, and we're not trying to develop any technological advances particularly. We just want to have a lot of fun, inexpensively, bring fans into these racetracks to build our sport.
Now, Ed, we're getting ready for the first round out here. You guys are going to run your cars in, about half hour, 45 minutes out here at the Great Bend track. And you guys run your cars Chicago style. Tell people a little bit about how that goes.
We have a qualifying round that everyone must run, and then we take the 8 cars closest to our index, which is 750. We don't use a breakout. We have a first round of 8 cars and a second round of 8 cars. We change the pairings up so people get to see different pairings. And then we take the 2 cars that are closest to 750, and they go into the final.
Now, Ed, one of the things that really impresses me, and I don't say this about a lot of guys, you guys really promote your group and the track. This morning you were out doing an appearance, and I heard you on the radio doing interviews, and you were basically trying to get people to come on down to where you're doing your appearance, and then saying, hey, now that you're here, why don't you come on down to the racetrack and watch us race?
SRCA drag strip is very important to the community of Great Bend here in Kansas. As many drag strips are around the country, as you know, Lucky, many of these drag strips bring a lot of business into town and so forth. So what we try to do in these remotes is remind people that when we come to town, we're the big show. Let's get out, support our drag strip, keep filling up the motels and the restaurants, bring that business and commerce to town. That way we can appeal to people who may not particularly be drag racing fans. And it's worked for us, so we're going to continue to do it until it stops working.
Tell us a little bit about the appearance this morning, where you were, what you were doing, and give them a plug.
We were at Marmy Motors. Marmy has the Ford Lincoln dealership on one side of 10th Street, and on the other side, they've got Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. And we were fortunate to have a Shelby GT500 and a Dodge Challenger that, along with our front-engine dragsters, made for quite a good display right there on the biggest street in Great Bend.
Nice. And how about talking a little bit about the Rocky Mountain Superchargers website? Because you're a group that is available if a track wants to hire you, bring you in. Tell us a little bit about your site.
RockyMountainSuperchargers.com is where we are. We've got a new website that's just about to go up, but the old one's got a lot of information on it. Because we restrict our cars to mechanically driven superchargers or injected nitro, you can count on a good show from us. And our racers will put on displays, they'll show up, they'll do interviews. They're nice people, they deal with all the kids very well and so forth. So we like to do what we can to help the racetracks. And, we go with the attitude that we're not any better than anybody else. We're just racers like everybody else, and try to be friendly and deal with the racers who race on a regular basis as if we were just another bunch of guys coming to town. But for the fans, we want to be the big show.
Ed Arcuri, Rocky Mountain Superchargers. He's not just about racing. He's about the tracks, the community, maybe even a little bit about the future of racing, bringing kids down out here to the track. Ed, we're going to get your cars, get them on film, and show them to everybody here on Speed Scene Live.
Thanks, Lucky. It's really a fortunate thing for us that we're part of the Speed Scene Live Nationals, because this is such an important event, and because Speed Scene Live reaches so many people. That's what we're trying to do. That's what you've done successfully. Thank you very much.
You know what? One of the cool things about Ed, his dress code calls for that diamond plate shirt, and that's a pretty neat design, man.
It is nice, and you know what? He's got sponsors on there. He does a good job. I'm telling you, I've never seen a group that promoted as well as the Rocky Mountain Superchargers. By the way, if you're at a track and you'd like to bring them in, they are available. You can go to RockyMountainSuperchargers.com and contact them. This weekend, August 3rd and 4th, the inaugural event at Yellowstone Drag Strip in Acton, Montana. First time ever they've been out there.
How about it?
They're getting bigger and bigger, Bruce. They're taking over the country, and you know what? They deserve it because they put out the effort. And I've never seen anybody promote like them. Also, don't forget the NMCA NMRA combo race at Bowling Green this weekend. Ike Heckler Jr. is promoting that event, and he wants to make sure people know. And the 20th Anniversary World Super Pro Challenge will be this weekend at Mid-Michigan Motorplex. So a lot of good racing going on, and check out all these websites. Check out, the NDRL, Motor Mania TV, Pete Liebig. So close. Photography. He's got a link on the Barona site.
Yeah, and by the way, a lot of the material we saw tonight from Pete is available at that site. You can just take a look, and man, just tons and tons of great galleries and stuff. Lucky, I can't believe it. The music's coming up in the background. We're out of time.
We're done. I'd like to dedicate tonight's show to my sister. Unfortunately, she's in the hospital. She's got a little issue going on, and I love her very much, and I hope she pulls through well. We'll be here live in studio next week. We'll see you then.
All right. Hey, coming up next, and prayers are with you, sis. Coming up next, the encore presentation of Speed Scene Live. Be sure to check out the archives page you get 4 shows there. If you want to go back even further, the YouTube channel is choked with them. So you can get all the speed you need to finish out the week. Hey, Lucky, we'll see you again next week.
See you next week with Alex the Car Girl live in studio.
Nice. We'll catch up on that Dodge Magnum SRT. Yeah, all the letters and stuff that follow that. All right. The Encore show's up next. Have a good week, everybody.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFope.com.